Hello, welcome to today's yoga sequence. We're going to do a twisting sequence. So we're going to be moving the body a lot through the torso, moving out all that gunk in your organs, releasing some tensions in different places in the body. So to start, go ahead and come down to your back. Once you lie on your back, just let the shoulder blades soften into the earth. Let your arms fall out to the sides. Your feet fall out to the sides. And just start paying attention to your breath. Every inhale and every exhale. And as you focus on the inhale and exhale, let the thoughts in your mind begin to soften and float away. Focusing on the breath allows us to come right here in this moment to care and nurture the self. And as you're breathing in and out through the nose, I want you to listen for a sound that's the farthest away. And then after identifying that sound, I want you to listen for a closer sound, maybe something outside of the area of where you are. Looking for a noise that's closer to you, but still not quite close. And then I want you to listen for a sound within the same area that you are. Whether you're in a room or maybe you're outside, listen for a sound within the vicinity of your being. Maybe it's the sound of the air conditioner, or birds chirping, or the wind rustling the leaves. And then continue the exercise by coming closer to the body, onto your mat. What sound do you hear from your own body? The swoosh of the inhale and the exhale. Notice as you inhale, and then on the exhale you let it go through the nose, it sounds like the waves. So imagine you're on the beach by listening to your breath, inhaling and exhaling. And as you continue hearing the tide of your breath, pay attention to the different places in your body where you're holding stress or tension. And just note what's going on in your body. So then at the end of the practice, you can take another body scan and notice if any changes have occurred. So where is the tension? Where are the places that are bothering you? No story, just labeling what's going on in your own body. And then inhale through the nose. And open the mouth, sigh it out. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. And inhale. Open and sigh it out. Notice the difference in how your body feels now compared to when you first started, when you first laid down on your mat. And then go ahead and wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and gently open up your eyes. You can bring the knees into the chest, place your hands behind your thighs, and just rock yourself up to a seated position. Once you come up to the seated position, go ahead and bring your legs over to the side and we'll come into table. And then bring those big toes together, knees come out to the sides. We're going to come all the way down in child's pose. So here we're going to just take a few moments to open up the mind. You can stretch your arms out in front of you. It doesn't have to be anything very intense. But I want you to rest your forehead on the mat, that area between your eyes. They call it the third eye center. And if you find it's really hard for you to get your head on the mat, you can always take a block and rest your forehead on the block. So just see what works for you here. And as you continue breathing in and out through the nose, just notice the release of pressure in the forehead area. Maybe begin to rock the forehead left and right, massaging out any tension. And then bring your head back to center. Press the hands into the mat. Come back up to table. And we're going to place our hands wide on the mat. We're going to do a cranium massage here. So we're going to bend the elbows, bring the crown of the head down to the mat. And you're going to press into your hands. So the amount of pressure you put on the muscles in the top of your head is controlled by how much you're pressing into your hands. So you can go up and down on the right side, then maybe move over to the left side. And at some point, you're going to find a tender spot on the crown of your head. And maybe just stay with it. Maybe rocking your head left and right, trying to relieve some of the tension in those tender spots. And as you're breathing, as you're with those tense spots, make sure you stay with the breath. We want to move some of this junk out. Change it into something more tender and soft. And then press into your hands. Bring your seat back to your heels. And we're going to just sit on our heels for a moment, letting the blood come right back down, regaining our equilibrium here. So just breathe in and out through the nose. And then we'll walk our hands out in front of us. We're going to prep for downward dog. So go ahead and tuck the toes, push the hips up and back, keeping your knees bent a lot. Gently shake the head left and right, up and down. Nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, just let the upper body hang down. And go ahead and bend that left knee, straighten the right leg. And then open that right hip up towards the sky, getting a deeper stretch through the outside of the right leg. And then turn the hips back to neutral, bend the right knee, straighten the left leg. And then turn that left hip up towards the sky. Staying with the breath. And then bring the hips back to neutral. And then straighten the legs as much as you can. Your heels don't need to touch the mat. We just want a nice full body stretch here. So press your hands into the mat. Lift the hips up and back. And breathe in and out through the nose. And on your next inhale, come up onto the balls of the feet. Walk your feet up to your hands. We're going to come into forward fold. So your feet are hip width apart. Your knees are bent a lot. We're going to allow the crown of the head to face down towards the earth. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, let the upper body hang heavy, finding length in the spine and the back of the neck. And then walk your hands over to the outside of the right of the foot. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, let that upper body hang heavy. Maybe bending that left knee, straightening the right leg a little. Maybe not all the way, but just to feel a different stretch. Really focusing on moving the breath through the body here. And then walk your hands back to center and then over to the outside of the left foot. Bend that right knee, straighten that left leg as much as you can, just to the point of the stretch. And continue breathing in and out through the nose. And then bring your hands back to center. We're going to inhale up one vertebrae at a time, tracing our fingers along the fronts of our legs. Bring the hands to heart center. Rest those thumbs on your chest. Go ahead and close down the eyelids. Find your balance here. Notice if you're placing all the weight of your feet in the balls of your feet or in the heels of your feet. And see if you can balance it out so they're in the weights in all four places. And then straighten through the legs. Pull the belly button up and back towards the spine. Lifting up through the side waist of the body. Opening the heart, relaxing the shoulder blades down. Chin is parallel to the earth. And just create an intention for yourself today. What do you want to release during your practice? What do you want to release with every twist? What are you ready to let go of? Just repeat it to yourself 3 times with the breath. And then open up the eyelids. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come down to the mat. Step the feet back into plank. Take an inhale and exhale. Knees, chest, forehead, all the way down. Keep the elbows in by the sides. We're going to do cobra 3 times here. So inhale up to cobra. Exhale it back down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale it back down. Now press those hands into the earth. Bring the seat back to your heels and come back up to downward dog. You can walk or jump your feet up to your hands. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. 2 more times. Inhaling the arms up to the sky. Exhale, chest forward, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the feet back into plank. Exhale, everything down. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale it down. And inhale. Exhale it down. Press your hands into the mat. Push back to downward dog. Walk your feet up to your hands, or you can jump, whichever you prefer. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale those arms back up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to plank. Take an inhale. Exhale, everything down. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale it down. And inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Now push back to downward dog. Take an inhale. Once again, walk or jump your feet up to your hands. And inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. Open the mouth. Exhale it out. Now we're going to come into chair pose. So bring your big toes together. Bend your knees. Brush your fingertips on the mat. Sit back in your chair. Pull that belly button up and back towards the spine. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to take another inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to take that right arm, and we're going to place it to the outside of the left leg, and then our left arm's going to pop up. So just go ahead and keep pulling that right hip back, because your right knee is going to want to pop out. So a little open arm twist here, breathing in and out through the nose. And then we're going to bring it back to center. On your next exhale, bring that left arm to the outside of the right leg, and the right arm comes up to the sky. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring the hands back to heart center. Take an inhale, forward fold. Hands come to the mat, step back to plank. Time to vinyasa. So we're going to exhale everything down. 3 cobras here. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now push the hands into the mat. Bring it back up to downward dog. Once again, walk or jump your feet up to the top of the mat. Inhale those arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Take a breath here. Exhale, let it go. Go ahead and bring the big toes together. We're going to do that sequence again. Brush the fingertips on the mat. Come back into chair. Have a nice little seat here. Place the weight in your heels for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, twist through the torso, bringing that right arm to the outside of the left leg. Left arm comes up. And once again, keep pulling back that right hip so that right knee doesn't pop out. Nice little twist here through all of your organs. And then we'll inhale, bring the hands back to heart center. On the exhale, twist to the left. The left arm comes to the outside of the right leg. The right arm comes up. And we keep pulling that left hip back. If you notice the left knee popping out. And then bring the hands back to heart center. Go ahead and inhale, straighten the legs, bring the hands down to the mat. On your exhale, step back to plank. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale everything down. As you go into 3 cobras, relax the buttocks, relax the legs. Inhale it up. Exhale down. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and push back to downward dog. And then find your way up to the top of the mat. Inhaling the arms up to the sky. Exhale the hands at heart center. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. Open the mouth. Exhale it out. We're going to inhale the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come to the mat. Right leg's going to come back. Right knee comes down in low lunge. Place the top of the right foot on the mat. We're going to inhale up to low lunge. So just notice, are you nice and balanced here? Go ahead and place more weight here. I want you to even out the weight between that front left foot. Place the weight in all 3 points of that front left foot and then the top of the right foot. And as you're looking forward, are you nice and lengthened through the spine? Take a nice inhale, reach the arms up, and on the exhale, twist through the torso. Bring that right hand to the outside of the left leg. And through the twist, I want you to keep lengthening through the spine, keeping your eyes focused on one point as you breathe in and out through the nose. And then inhale that right arm back up to the sky. Bring the body back to center. And then on the exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to tuck those right toes so we come back into a high lunge foot pattern. And then turn that right foot parallel to the back of the mat. So here we are in heel to arch alignment. We're going to inhale the right arm up to the sky, coming into warrior two. Once you get into warrior two, find the stretch in your inner thighs. Heel toeing that right foot in or out to lengthen the space between your legs. Your gaze is over that left hand. And now we're going to inhale the arms up to the sky, straighten that front left leg. Exhale it down. Inhale up. Exhale down to warrior two. See if you can go a little lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale it up. And exhale. Back down to warrior two. Now bring that right hand back to the right thigh. Left arm comes up and over. Reverse warrior for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and windmill the arms back down to the mat. Pivot that right foot towards the top of the mat. Left leg goes back to right. Time to vinyasa. On your exhale, bring everything down. Inhale up to cobra 3 times. And then once you're done with the third one, push back to downward dog. We'll go ahead and bring the right foot through to the right thumb. Left knee comes down. We're going to inhale the arms up to the sky for low lunge. Exhale the arms back down. Left foot comes to right. Inhale the arms up and exhale the hands at heart center. Inhale the arms back up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, bringing the hands down to the mat. Left leg comes back. Left knee comes down. Place the top of the left foot on the mat. Inhale the arms up to low lunge. Check in with your balance. Are you placing the weight in all 3 points of the right foot and the top of the left foot? Are you lengthening through the spine? Is your gaze focused? And are you relaxing down through the shoulder blades? Take a nice deep inhale as you reach up through the body. And on the exhale, twist through the torso over to the right. Now bring that left hand to the outside of the left leg. Continue breathing in and out through the nose. Keep lengthening through the spine. Moving the breath through the body in a different way. And now we're going to inhale that left arm back up to the sky. Exhale, bring the body forward, back to low lunge, and then bring the hands down to the mat. Turn that, take the left foot, come into crescent lunge foot pattern, and then turn the left foot parallel to the back of the mat. So we have heel to arch alignment. Inhale that left arm up and over, coming into warrior two. So bend that front right knee. Your arms come out to the sides. Your torso is facing the wide edge of the mat. Feel the stretch in those legs. Really push your feet into the earth to activate the legs clear up to your hips. And now we're going to inhale the arms up to the sky. Straighten that front right leg. Exhale it down. Inhale. Exhale. Go a little lower. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale it up. Exhale it back down. Now bring that left hand to the back of the left thigh. Right arm comes up for reverse warrior for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and take an inhale, and on the exhale, windmill the arms down, pivot that left foot, right leg comes back to left. Here we are in plank. Exhale everything down. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale down. 2 more times. And then push back to downward dog. We'll bring the left foot through to the left thumb. Right knee comes down. Inhale up to low lunge. Exhale the arms down to the mat. Right foot comes to the left. And inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. Open the mouth. Let some tension go. We'll go ahead and bring our big toes together. We're going to come back into chair. Brush the fingertips on the mat. Sit back in your seat. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. We're going to do a little prayer twist here this time. So take a nice deep inhale, lengthening through the spine. On the exhale, twist the torso over to the left, bringing that right elbow to the outside of the right thigh. I don't know if the microphone's picking this up or not, but a crop duster keeps flying over our house right now. So if you hear a noise like that, that's what that is. So go ahead and keep pulling that right hip back. Stay with the breath. And then inhale back to center. And then on the exhale, the left elbow comes to the outside of the right thigh. Keep pulling that left hip back if needed. And then bring it back to center. Bring the hands down to the mat. Left leg's going to go back. So we're coming into crescent lunge or high lunge, whichever you want to call it. If you have a block handy, just place it at the top of the mat. We'll utilize it if you have it. If not, you can still do the practice, okay? So we're going to inhale up to high lunge. Once you get into high lunge, if you want to bend that left knee just to get your spine more in alignment, that's fine. So find a place to hold your gaze. You're lifting up through the belly button, lengthening through the spine. Now we're going to inhale, we're going to straighten the legs, and exhale, come back down to crescent lunge. Inhale it up. Exhale back down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now I want you to interlace your fingers. Point the pointer fingers up towards the sky into steeple mudra. We're going to take an inhale, lifting through the arms, and we're going to pivot that left foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. We're going to place our legs in the warrior 2 foot pattern. So we got heel to arch alignment again. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, release the arms down to the sides. And then if you have a block, you can place on the inside of the right foot. So here we are, warrior 2. We're going to take an inhale. On the exhale, bring that right hand down to the block. And the left arm goes all the way up to the sky. If you don't have a block, you can just place your hand here on the block. I'm out on the mat. Oh, so stay with your breath. This gets pretty intense. And that inner right thigh, your gaze can go up towards the sky or down towards the floor. Think about continuing to lengthen through the spine. And then press into that right foot. Bring your body back up to warrior two and back into reverse warrior. Take another inhale, and on the exhale, let's windmill the arms back down to the mat. Pivot that left foot. Bring the right foot back to the left. We're going to vinyasa. Exhale everything down. 3 cobras, relaxing the buttocks and the legs here. And then push your hands into the earth. Bring it back to downward dog. Go ahead and bring the left foot forward and then the right. We'll inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands at heart center. So go ahead and bring your big toes together. We're going to come down back into chair. Brush the fingertips on the mat. Sit back in your seat. Bring your hands to heart center. Coming into the prayer twist, we're going to inhale and lengthen through the spine. And on the exhale, we're going to go to the right this time, bringing that left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. We're going to pull that left hip back a little bit to keep our knees even for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to bring it back to center. On the exhale, the right elbow comes to the outside of the left leg. We're going to pull that right hip back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go ahead and bring it back to center. Hands come down to the mat, straighten through the legs. Right leg comes back. We're coming back into high lunge. Inhale the arms back up to the sky. Once again, you can bend through that right knee if you want, so you can lengthen through the spine. Your gaze is straight ahead. Your arms are nice and strong, reaching up towards the sky, and your shoulders are relaxed down the back. Now we're going to inhale, we're going to straighten through the legs, and exhale, bend down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Now interlace the fingers at the top. Pointer fingers are reaching up towards the sky in steeple mudra. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, turn the torso to the right while pivoting that right foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. So we're coming into warrior two on the opposite side. Your torso is facing the wide edge of the mat. Press your feet into the earth. Really activate the legs. Lengthen through your spine, and then exhale the arms down to the sides for warrior two. So now we're going to come into extended side angle pose. So the option here is to bring the left hand down to the inside of the left foot. Or if you have a block handy, you can place a block on the inside of that left foot, and we'll bring the hand down. Right arm goes up towards the sky. Stay with your breath. Really shifting this energy on the interior part of your thigh. And then press into that left foot, bringing the body back up to warrior two, and then reverse warrior for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go ahead and windmill the arms back down to the mat. Set the block to the side if you're using one. Pivot the right foot. Left leg goes back. Here we are in plank. We're going to exhale everything down. Inhale up to cobra. Exhale it down. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale it down, and then push back to downward dog. Now we're going to inhale that right leg up for a 3-legged dog. Bring the right foot through to the right thumb. Inhale up to high lunge. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bring it back down. A little lower this time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And inhale and exhale. Okay, go ahead and straighten the legs. We're going to turn to the left, pivoting that left foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Coming back into warrior two. Take an inhale. On the exhale, bring that right hand down to the mat for a little deeper stretch in that extended side angle pose. And then I want you to take the left hand, if this is available to you, place the back of the left hand on your right hip. And then you can either stay here or you can go into another position. We can take our right hand under the right thigh and we can clasp our fingers together, the left fingers and the right fingers there at the hip point. So we want to continue breathing in and out through the nose. And then undo the clasp if you're in the clasp. If your arms are up, go ahead and bring that left hand down to the mat. We'll bring the right hand to the outside of the right foot, pivot the left foot, and let's vinyasa. Exhale everything down. Inhale and exhale. 2 more cobras here. And then push back to downward dog. Inhale that left foot up for 3-legged dog. Left foot comes through to the left thumb. Inhale up to crescent lunge. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, scissor it down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale it up. Exhale it back down. Now straighten through the legs, pivot that right foot so it's parallel to the back of the mat. We're going to come down into extended side angle pose. So exhale, bring that left hand down to the inside of the left foot. And then you can take the back of the right hand and place it on the back of the left hip. This might be just enough for you, so just listen to what's right for your body. But another option is to bring that left arm under the left thigh, which brings your fingers together so you can create a nice little clasp here. And if you go into the clasp, keep lengthening through the spine, opening up the shoulders. Continue with the breath. It's a much more intense stretch. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now release the clasp. If you're in the clasp, you can bring that right hand back up to the sky and then bring the right hand down to the mat. Left hand comes to the outside of the left foot. Pivot that right foot so it's facing the top of the mat. Take the left foot back and we're going to come into plank and exhale everything down. Last vinyasa. 3 cobras. And then push back to downward dog. Once you're in downward dog, let's take 3 cleansing breaths. And we need to think about what tension you're wanting to release. What intention did you set at the beginning of your practice? And I want you to let it go with every exhale. So go ahead and take a nice deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, let it go. And inhale, release, inhale, let that shit go. And we're going to go ahead and inhale the right leg up for 3-legged dog. Now bring the right knee through to the right hand, coming into pigeon. So you can relax that left leg back. Align your hips so they're parallel to the top of the mat. Take a nice deep inhale as you set yourself up nice and strong for the pose. And then whenever you're ready, you have the option of coming down onto your forearms. You can interlace your fingers, rest your forehead on your thumbs. Another option, if you have a block, you can rest your forearms on your block. That's going to allow the pose to not be so intense. So it's up to you to listen to what's going on with your body. If you find your hips need a little more stretching, maybe they're very loose and relaxed, you can always stack your hands and bring your forehead all the way down to the mat. So as you settle into pigeon pose, I want you to focus on the inhale and the exhale. Notice where the point of tension is in your hip. And in your mind's eye, what does it look like? Maybe it has a color. Maybe it's carrying a feeling or an emotion. And with every inhale, imagine you're just sending this tender spot so much nourishment and caring, giving it permission to shift and change, to relax and let go. And as you're in this pose, with every exhale, notice if there's any softening occurring. A place that feels like it might be breaking up or changing formation. Just being aware of what's going on inside of your body. You're the only person who knows what is going on inside of your body. Listen to the messages, the wisdom of your beautiful self. Nobody knows the answers to this but you. It's pretty cool. Then we'll take a nice deep inhale together. Open the mouth, exhale it out. And then wherever you're at, go ahead and place your hands on the mat. And then we're going to push up through the hands, lift up through the hips, and bring that right leg back. Shake it out. And then bend the right knee, tuck the toes, and push up to downward dog. Inhale that left leg up for a three-legged dog. Bring the left knee through to the left hand. That left shin's going to cross through the mat. We're going to relax the right leg down. Our hips are parallel to the top of the mat. And as you inhale, lengthen through the spine. Find your sweet spot here. And this might be all the further you want to go in pigeon pose. Or you can, once again, come down to your forearms. You can stack your hands. Just do what is best for you. Sometimes when we go from side to side, we find something completely different on the opposite side. Whether it's more tension or less tension, we have to be willing to adjust with our own body and take time to listen to what's going on to the different places in our body. So as you breathe in and out through the nose, just notice what's going on this side of the body. Where is the tension? And in your mind's eye, maybe it has a color or a shape. Or maybe it's carrying some type of intensity or feeling or emotion. And as you're guiding the breath to the spot, just pay attention, listen to what your body is trying to share with you. this beautiful wisdom that your body is telling you. We'll take a nice deep inhale. Open the mouth. Exhale it out. And then go ahead and come back up to your hands. We'll push into our hands, lift up through the hips, bring that left leg behind you, shake it out, release some of that tension, and then bring that left knee back down. We're going to come all the way down onto our bellies. Go ahead and rest your forehead on the mat. We're going to bring our legs together. We're going to come into locust pose. So your thighs are together, your knees are together, your ankles and your feet are together. And then you're going to bring your hands back and place them behind you. Place them on top of your back, interlacing your fingers, and then walking the shoulder blades back. So everything is nice and tight together. We're going to inhale, peel the forehead up off the mat. Lift up your legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then go ahead and release the hands, relax the legs, place a cheek on the mat. So every time we're in this pose, with every inhale, notice how your belly is pushing up against the mat. It's a nice tonifying pose for the organs, for the breath. And then we'll bring the forehead back to center. Bring those legs back together. Hands come behind the back. Go ahead and walk those shoulders back. Reach the hands and arms straight back. And on the inhale, peel the forehead up off the mat. Lift the legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale everything down. Rest the opposite cheek on the mat. And then bring your hands up by your ribs. We're going to push up and back to child's pose. So bring that seat down to your heels. Your arms can be relaxed in front of you or down to your sides. 3 nice big inhales and exhales to release the lower back. And then pull your body back up to table. Bring your legs out to the sides. Your buttocks comes down to the mat. Stretch your legs out in front of you. We're going to come into a seated forward fold. So we'll inhale the arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Nice full body stretch here. And then on an exhale, if you want to go a little deeper into the stretch, just listen to what your body needs. Listen to where it wants to soften, where it's trying to get your attention. Between attention, intention, and tension today, I question how many times I've said the wrong word. One more nice deep breath here, and then pull it back up. We'll go ahead and come down to our back. If you have a block handy, go ahead and bring it by your side. Oh, and we're going to lay on our back with our knees bent, like we're going to come into supported bridge pose. So take the middle fingers, brush the backs of your heels, press your feet into the earth, and then lift the hips up to the sky and bring that block underneath your sacrum, that flat part on your back here. We're going to just take a few moments here to allow the block to just settle into that lower back. You don't have to push into your feet or your body. Just allow your body to be for a moment. So as we continue into the practice, you have a few options here. You can stay here in supported bridge, or if you don't have a block and you're down here in bridge, you can you can press into the feet and lift up through the hips. Just practice working through bridge. If you have a block, or if you don't have a block, you can come into supported shoulder stand. So to come into supported shoulder stand, we're going to walk our shoulders under the backs under our back. We're going to bring our knees into our chest, and then we're going to roll the body up, and then you're going to walk those elbows underneath your back. Your hands are going to grab onto your hips, and your legs are probably going to go crazy. So just straighten the legs as much as you can. And then you can flex the feet and straighten, point the toes, and then flex. And then if you want to try make a V with your legs, and then bring your feet in together. Inhale the legs back up. Just find your own rhythm here. And then go ahead and straighten through the legs. And you can stay here in supported shoulder stand, or you can come back into plow pose. And plow pose is bringing our feet over the top of our head. So you might only make it to right here. That's just fine. Or you might be able to gently press on that lower back, allowing the toes to come down to the earth. And it puts a lot of pressure there, right where your chin meets your chest. So this is an excellent exercise for the thyroid. But we want to be pushing into the back of our head and our shoulder blades. We want to keep that nice curve in the neck. And then we'll bring it back up to supported shoulder stand. And to come out of supported shoulder stand, we're going to bring our knees into our chest. And then we'll roll the back down. So if you have a block, it's going to roll right there over the block. You'll bring one leg down and the other leg down. If you don't have a block, you'll roll straight down onto the mat. That works just fine too. And then we'll bring the hips all the way down. And then you can walk your feet to the outsides of the mat. And let's go ahead and windshield wiper the legs. So take the knees to the right and then over to the left. And then the next time over to the right, just allow the legs to land, keeping both shoulder blades on the mat. Let's just stay in this little twist. If you want a little deeper stretch, just take that right heel and rest it on the left thigh. And then go ahead and release the right foot from the left thigh. Inhale the knees back to center. Allow the knees to fall over to the left side. And then if you'd like to place that left heel on the right thigh, you can do that as well. Both shoulder blades are on the mat. And you'll continue to breathe in and out through the nose. And then go ahead and release the left foot. Bring the knees back to center. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Maybe rock left and right, massaging out that lower back. And then you can set yourself up for Shavasana. So you can bring your legs out in front of you. Allow the feet to fall out to the sides. The palms of the hands can face up towards the sky. You can relax the crown of your head, your forehead, soften the jaw, and then take a nice deep inhale. Open the mouth, let it all go. And take these next 2 minutes to just be. Go ahead and begin to deepen your breath. Listen to the sound of your breath, the tide of the inhale and the exhale. And then take your awareness a little further out. What sounds can you hear? And then going further, what noises can you hear from far away? And as you continue breathing in and out through the nose, notice the different places in your body that were holding tension at the beginning of practice. And have they shifted or changed during the practice? What's different within you from the beginning of the practice compared to the present moment? Then when you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Reach those arms up over your head. Maybe interlace the fingers and press the hands up, pointing the toes out in front of you. And then on an exhale, bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. And then allow your body to fall to the left or the right into the fetal position, resting your head on your bicep, allowing your energy to settle, and noticing this beautiful change you created within yourself. This peace that's always in you. You achieve this. You have the power to create this solace within you. And then press your hand into the earth, bringing your body up to a seated position. Resting your hands in prayer, thumbs on the chest. And remember what you wanted to release in your practice today. And with our closing breath, as you exhale, I want you to imagine it just leaving your body completely. So let's go ahead and take a nice deep inhale. Open the mouth, let it go. Namaste.